Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Guns and Cameras. I'm right now down in Las Vegas in the Venetian Hotel after a very long day at SHOT Show 2025. It was awesome being able to catch up with a lot of previous guests, and I wasn't able to get Haley's episode done while I was here, so I'm going to push him out. He's still going to be episode 13, so don't worry, Haley, I'm holding your spot. So instead, I'm creating a special SHOT Show episode 12.5. We're basically going to look back at all of our previous guests' oh shit moments, because SHOT Show is just one giant oh shit moment for a lot of creators. And so we're going to take the time to look back at our previous 12 episodes, and we're just going to play back their oh shit moments. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Thanks for watching Guns and Cameras. Without any further ado, shooters, are you ready? Stand by. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to this week's episode of Guns and Cameras. I'm your host, Joshua Best, and today we have a special episode. We're at SHOT Show 2025. We got episode 12.5 happening right now. In this episode, we're going to go look back over all of the oh shit moment from our previous guests, and we're going to start with episode 1 guest, Alexandria Rowland. This is her oh shit moment from episode 1.
So I have two. I have a good one. I have a bad one.
All right.
All right. So we'll start with the bad. And it was more of a learning experience more than anything. And it actually ties in beautifully to safety.
Awesome.
When I first started, I was photographing this gentleman that was shooting on the range, and we were doing drills and demos and everything like that. And one of them was basically practicing with a vehicle. And so what we had to do is we had to shoot through the vehicle, and it was an amazing shot to this day. Like, I still have this photo, and I'm very grateful that I'm still here to tell you about this photo.
Okay.
But I made the mistake, and this is entirely my fault. I did cross that 180 line, so I did go in front. I did get flagged, and then obviously he was so engulfed in shooting that what happened was just a little brass went into the glass of the vehicle, and then the glass like ricocheted and went into my eyeball.
Oh, no.
And it was through my eye pro, by the way. So I had eyes and ears.
Okay.
Everything was okay and properly done, obviously, but I went a little too far and it ricocheted in my eye. Luckily, there was no damage to my eye. I did go to the hospital, but that really taught me that no matter how in the zone I'm in shooting, because I know a lot of creatives, they'll get wrapped up in that moment for the shot and they'll do anything that they can for the shot, and I respect them for that. But you do still have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to know what's going on. You have to have 10 eyes instead of 2 pairs, I'm telling you, because it's so important. So many things can go wrong.
Yep.
So that was my learning experience. I'm very happy that it wasn't worse, but it definitely taught me, like, this is no joke.
Yeah. Wow, that's intense. Wow, thank you for sharing that moment with us, Alex. Moving on, we got episode 2's guest, Mitchell Miller. This is his oh shit moment from Guns and Cameras, episode 2.
Moving to Phoenix.
Moving to Phoenix, okay.
Yeah, I fucked up.
It can't be, I mean, it is a pretty...
It's not that bad. I moved out of Illinois in 2019.
So probably the right time. You
January
dodged
of-
a bullet with the whole COVID thing, moving out of...
Well, I mean, it was January of 2019, so there was some time coming up to March of 2020, right? And moving pre-economic collapse wasn't so bad, and I also just didn't have that much shit. I didn't have like an established life. I was just leaving my parents' house with what I could fit in my car, and it still costs a lot of money to do it, but nowhere near what it cost to move from Denver to Phoenix. Just the hidden costs of moving,
Dude.
just fucked me up.
Yeah, man. That's why
So,
I would
uh,
love to get out of Washington State, but it's just not. It can't do it. Can't afford it, right? And even the
yeah,
opportunities can't be because that's the thing is again, it is the hidden costs, right? It's
yeah.
man,
I was ignorant. I just thought, oh, I've done this. I did this just 5 years ago. It was fine. No,
not.
man. That was not. I have no qualms with Arizona. Arizona's
Hmm.
great. Um, but it's just been hard to like just. I described this a couple times, but it was like stopping a
Hmm.
train because you have your whole life uh, running and established, and you just know where everything is
Hmm.
and uh, how to solve every problem where you live and where to go when you do have problems.
Hmm.
And as soon as you move somewhere, especially when you don't have like that many friends or family in that area, or I have like just a few friends here, and only one that I like really know well.
Hmm.
and and Phoenix is also just huge, so much bigger than I thought it
Yeah,
was,
big area.
compared to Denver. And like this has been tough. It's getting better for sure, but it's just been a very every step seems to have a lot of friction. So, just a slow process.
Yeah,
But
cool.
that's my moment is wow, I really put my life on a serious hold way longer than I thought it would.
Yeah. Well,
Mitch, thank you for sharing that with us. Coming up, we got episode 3 guest. This is Kirsten Wales from Guns and Cameras, episode 3. Here is her oh shit moment.
So for the last 60 years, maybe even more, my family has been going on a family hunt every single year. And it's typically in Colorado. It's typically in Maybell, Colorado. And the last few years, it's kind of bounced around. And this year, it was going to be in Montana. And because my aunt and uncle just recently moved to Montana. And my papa goes back from Montana to California. And he was going to be there. And that's where we were going to have our hunting. That's where they were going to have their hunting trip this year. We were gonna camp, and we didn't get to do that because of the weather. And so I brought a camera again that I borrowed, and I had it for what is it? We went. I was there for 7 days. We were supposed to be hunting 5 days, and it ended up being 4 days because of another problem that happened, which was crazy. Ran out of gas and a ball bearing went out on both trucks, like one and the other, right in between each other. As we got stranded for a while. Anyways, so I'm a newbie, and this was in November. I didn't think of backing up my content every single day after the day. And I finally got to go on my family hunting trip after many years of saying, I'll go, I'll go, I'll go, I'll go. This is my first time ever finally going. And, I was with my papa and my uncle and my cousins. And, my papa's getting older, and, I don't know if he's going to have any more left in him after, these next few years. And, I was gathering as much content as I could. And I go and I go and turn on my camera, I think on the 4th day or the 5th day, and it's corrupt. I can't get anything back at all. And I still haven't touched that SD card. Like I don't even want to. I tried messing with it. I tried figuring it out. I tried. So I had 4 days of hunts with my family that are just gone, just gone. I barely. I mean, I got some stuff on my phone, but I was like, I had it on the camera. So I learned quickly that I need to be backing up my stuff as soon as I can get to a computer, or as soon as I can pop that SD card in and put things into my hard drive. But what was cool is that when I realized that there was a problem, I had an extra SD card with me, which I didn't have the last few days. And that last day, I was able to get some awesome photos of just me and my papa and some elk, and we were in the woods. And I got some really cool things from that. But yeah, have multiple SD cards on you and back up your shit.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened. That is my nightmare.
Kirsten, thank you for sharing that moment with us. Coming up, we got episode 4 guest Chris Van Loan. This is his oh shit moment.
In my career, let's see. Damn, I mean, there's just been so many of them. I think definitely starting over with, and then COVID slapping was sort of an oh shit moment. But again, it seemed like it sort of worked out. On the bad, I thought it was a bad thing. It wasn't. Definitely oh shit in a good way has been shooting with Austin. Posty has just gotten so many likes. I just love that people love that he's shooting guns and they're okay with it. Sorry, I had to think that one through. He's like Keanu Reeves. Everyone's just like, oh, it's cool he does that. People aren't making it political. Right. And just sort of seeing that go down and seeing how happy it's made some people and so many people and, who are maybe in the industry who've gotten more respect for him and his music sort of in his own perspective now a little bit more. And, a little bit vice versa. Some people are just sort of into guns, seeing him doing it, and they're kind of like, okay, maybe the shit's not just all mindlessly evil, Anyway, that's been cool.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Chris. Coming up, we got episode 5 guest Jacob Fuchs. This is his oh shit moment.
Well, I'll have to pop it back to my political work. that was a huge long line of just oh shit moments, because when it comes to political work and working in the political realm, there's no planning. There's zero planning, which is really, really ironic. The campaigns that I worked on, yeah, right? You'd think that there would be, but it's all just like, okay, we're going here, we're doing this, we're doing that. Can you do it? I'm like, I haven't formatted any SD cards, but okay. So you use the space you have left and run with what you got. I was running a gig for Carrie, and she was making a grand entrance into one of the biggest rallies she had for her primary campaign. I'm like, okay, I'm set up. I've moved everybody out the way. I'm going to do this really nice move back alley, just a low angle, slow-mo, 60 frames a second shot of her waving to everybody. Mm-hmm. And as soon as she came in, whoop, camera, gone, just off. And I'm like, what happened? Something went wrong. And I had no idea what it was. I was still pretty youthful into the black magic realm. I just got my Zhiyun crane. I was running. I got to put the belt on because I got to illustrate this for you.
Yep. Again, like I said, you guys, the most dopest utility belt ever. Which we have to...
So I'm here, right? I've got this whole get-up. Single-man production going on, right? These are coming out soon, by the way. Prototype is now turning into an actual physical product. And I'm here, big old Zhiyun Crane 3. Moving back, shuts off right as she's about to raise her hand and start waving. And I go along like I'm not missing the shot. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, I'm never going to see the light of day on this one. And later, I figured out that the batteries I had, the Sony batteries that hook up to my Blackmagic, it's hooked up to the wall. I can't show you, but the power output can't manage the Blackmagic's power input for a certain amount of time unless they're fully charged. I put a half to 3/4 charge battery on there, and it just biffed my shot. I turned beet red, tried to smile my way through it, and that was the biggest. That I will never forget that ever, ever.
Lessons learned. That's a good one.
The video came out okay.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Jacob. Coming up, we got episode 6 guest Connor Morin. This is his oh shit moment from Guns and Cameras, episode 6.
The oh shit moment would be the drone video with Genesis. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where collaboratively we all worked on it together, obviously, But I made the video and it got posted to YouTube or got posted on Instagram, performed rather well for what an Instagram video does. So I'm like, yeah, this is great. Like, that was a cool video. And then it got posted to YouTube because, like, we with talks with Genesis, they're like, yeah, we really want to start pushing YouTube stuff, so we're gonna make some stuff for like YouTube. I was like, all right, cool. So it got posted to YouTube, and I think it was on there for like 3 or 4 weeks. And I was actually on the road. I was going on vacation in Canada, so I was driving up north, and Rich Wilkins, who's part of the Genesis marketing team. I think he's like marketing director, and then but he works very closely with Genesis. He texts in our group chat and he goes, "Hey, the drone video is at 1.4 million views," and I'm like, "Holy shit!" Like, I have never would have. Like, we've had videos perform really well, like 450,000. Like, that's still no joke. Like, there's still a lot of people. But he's like 1.4 million, and I was on vacation for a week or like 6 days, and at the end of the 6 days, it was at 10 million, and it's been just like at a weird like S curve where it like stops for a while, but then it kicks off, and like it's about to hit 25 million probably like tonight. So it's like it's been understand like it's still a sweet video, but it's like it's just algorithm stuff, man, where it's like
People want to see that stuff. I pulled it up
Yeah.
while you were talking about it. It's the anti-UAS mag-fed 12-gauge shotgun video. It's a short on YouTube. Right now, it's sitting at 24 million. That's dude. That's a lot of views, man.
Yeah, and I think like the crazy part of it is just looking at the analytics of the video. It's like Genesis has gained like 68,000 subscribers from that one video, and it's like one of those things where it's like, hey, you said you wanted to build a YouTube channel, so there we go. We did it in one video. So I'm super excited. That's why I'm also super excited for some of the really cool content that we filmed for YouTube to start being pushed out, just because that will solidify that side of things. And also, I really like doing YouTube stuff just because it looks really good.
Wow, it is quite the view from this balcony. You guys, we are halfway through this week's special edition episode of Guns and Cameras. I really hope you're enjoying it, but that means it's time to tell you it's been brought to you by 1156 Productions and by Tokens of Valor. Tokens of Valor is my side hustle where I take ballistic components like brass and copper, and I combine them with sterling silver to create one-of-a-kind wearable works of art for both men and women. If you're interested, go to Tokens of Valor on Instagram, give me a follow, send me a DM, and we'll get something started for you. I also want to mention that we now have an active live brand store for Guns and Cameras, so if you want to represent Guns and Cameras, the community, go to 1156productions.com, click on the link to the brand store, and pick yourself up some swag. All right, let's get back into this week's episode. I hope you're enjoying the compilation of all the oh shit moments from previous guests. We got episode 13 to look forward to coming up soon. I'll let you know the next date for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to relax, maybe smoke a cigar, while you guys enjoy the rest of this week's special edition of Guns and Cameras, the oh shit compilation. Let's get back into it. Thank you for sharing that moment with us, Connor. Coming up, we got Doug Nays, episode 7, Guns and Cameras. This is his oh shit moment.
It could have been like, it was probably 2023 SHOT Show, honestly. Just feeling way out of my depth, right? Like, and I was super thankful for that trip, like I said before, to get to meet people, right? Like, I spent the whole first day just tracking down the handful of companies that I'd worked with up until that point, just like product trades for content and stuff like that. And so the whole first day was spent finding people, and that was, as you know, proven very difficult to do all in one day. But I think probably that moment of like, this is real, right, was walking into SHOT Show that first day, right, of just like, a mixture of like, how cool is this? I don't belong here. Like, what am I doing? And then still I had that moment this year too, like, it still is just like, holy crap, I can't believe that I'm here of all places, right? And I'm not a big fan of Vegas in particular,
No.
but the show itself, right? Like, it's just such a humbling, a humbling experience. One to, to remember that like there's still a lot of people in this industry that I have yet to meet, and hopefully I'll get to continue meeting more people. But like, just it's so much bigger. It's easy to get kind of lost in the day to day of like, this project and doing this for work and got this side project going on too, and just kind of getting into the weeds of stuff. And then you go to places like SHOT Show and some of the other range events and smaller trade shows, and just getting to remember, that this is still a small piece of a much larger picture that we get to be a part of. So,
Doug, thank you for sharing that moment with us. Coming up, we got episode 8 guest, Kenzie Fitzpatrick. This is her oh shit moment.
Honestly, the Jack Carr experience was one of them. And the other one was like being recognized by people that I don't know in a space that like wasn't like guns, right? And I'm not a big creator. I'm not a big YouTuber. I don't have 1 million subscribers. I don't, I am so far behind the scenes. And so I went up to introduce myself, like, hey, I'm Kenzie. They go, are you 3-Gun Kenzie? And I was like, holy shit. So like that is I've branded myself. I've built my brand. I mean, like logo, patches, and then who I am. It was just like, holy crap. And like the fact that manufacturers and CEOs and VPs, like, respect what I do. And yeah, and again, I'm not a big creator on the I guess the big side of like social media, but on like the writing side and the publications and all that, it's really cool.
So is it pseudonym? What is it? Is that like your pen name? Is that also is 3-Gun Kenzie? Is that consistent?
No, I just write under my real name with Kenzie Fitzpatrick. Yeah.
Kenzie
The 3-Gun Kenzie though just worked out because it was something I always wanted to do. I still love it and still shoot it, and it's interesting because so many people have changed like that, even their usernames now, because they don't do the thing. I have a friend, Glock Girl, on social media. She doesn't shoot Glocks ever again. She shoots PCCs, and she's like, and it's you gotta know how to brand yourself.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Kenzie. Coming up, we got the oh shit moment from episode 9's guest, Dustin Wood. Let's get into it.
I think my oh shit moment was, honestly, it was like when I did my rebrand. I rebranded to Redacted Images, and like seeing all the like positive that happened when I did that. I swapped from basically having my name on the face of the company to, if I want to call it a company, to Redacted Images. Like the amount of people who supported me in that, and it was just like, oh shit, like this could actually be a thing that maybe eventually that I do all the time. And then there's the compounding oh shit moments of like getting more work, and then working with companies on product. And like I had my oh shit moment, another one, I guess it was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday, because I did a post with Jaegerworks because I have just their mag base on one of my mags. Nice. And they're like, yeah, just post it and invite us as a collaborator. And I'm like, oh, like that's kind of fucking sick. And now that's probably the photo, but that one and the cloud defensive one probably have like the most likes on my profile. And it's like whenever they hit like 1,000 likes within like 4 hours, I was like, oh, like this is very odd. Like normally I'm used to like I get like maybe 60 in an hour, and then within 4 hours I'm at like 100 likes. But yeah, the big oh shit moment was just getting the rebrand, and then all the positivity that came out of it from not just friends and family, but like other people too, on like even just Instagram. Like people were like, oh, this is kind of sick. Like,
100%.
Other than that, it's like, I feel like I'm super boring, but like there's not really like anything else from that has been like a really big oh shit yet. And
no, dude, I think, pending, right?
Yeah, pending. It could change.
It'll happen.
It's a fluid question.
Right.
Dustin, thank you for sharing your oh shit moment with us. Coming up, we got episode 10's Bryce Fritzl. This is his oh shit moment.
I mean, good-wise would probably be when that first episode went viral. Because I think that was a good, like, oh shit, my career might actually come to fruition right now if I do this correctly. So that was a good one. And the bad one's probably obvious, which is when our whole definition of safety on our sets changed when Adam had his accident with the RPG launcher, which is an obvious oh shit moment, but that was so maybe I should word that differently. It didn't set the standard of safety for our channel because Adam was always the one setting the standards of safety on set. Even if it meant like, I was like, Adam, I'd really love to get this angle from this perspective, but I need to be this close to be able to trigger in this way, or I need to like maybe bounce it off a mirror or something. And he'll think about like angles and potential ricochets, and he'll be like, no, like we should probably do it from this way, and then that'll mess up my lighting angle a little bit. So like we always compromise through safety to still get interesting shots. Even if it was like mildly annoying to me, I'm like, yes, I see what you're saying, like, okay, let me rethink this. But after that, it was like, that's why we don't question the safety, because when you do, it gets like you're just done. So that, I think, solidified in my brain of like always science first, or safety first, science second, and which is, I guess, another one of our sayings. And for Adam, I'm sure just reaffirmed it even more. Like, we're not skimping on safety, like, ever. And that has meant turning down, even if it means like turning down a well-paying sponsor or whatever it might be, like we can't get that delicious shot that we wanted all day or whatever it is. Like if safety is compromised, it's just not going to happen. So that was definitely a no shit moment.
Bryce, thank you for sharing that moment with us. It was an intense one, to be sure. Up next, we have our episode 11 guest, Mr. Liam Ward. This is his oh shit moment.
Well, range days can be pretty hectic. Range days can always be very interesting, especially when you have a lot of different levels of experience and people there. A lot of people, a lot of crowds, things get messed up, crazy, whatever. I was at SHOT Show range day one time. This has got to be back in 2017 or 19, somewhere in there, pre-COVID. COVID time became strange after that. So pre-COVID, I'm working the line, I'm helping people load mags and, kind of just talking to people about what this new gun is and whatnot. And I'm just standing there, and all of a sudden I just hear a bolt slam close behind me. And I'm just like, uh-oh, that's not good. Not good at all. And so I'll turn around, and there's a foreign guy who had put his mag in his gun that was loaded, dropped the bolt, and I would turn around, and he was pointing that gun like right at my legs. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. So quickly moved, grabbed the gun out of his hand, and he was like, it's like, hey, don't load it till you get up here. Like, that was pretty crazy. Back to like shooting, hunting stuff. Like, there's always crazy hunting stories, always, But I don't know, recently, not a lot crazy's happened. I've kind of gotten away from the big crowds, events, stuff like that. I'm much more of a kind of behind the scenes person now, which I really enjoy. But yeah, that was a pretty, I've probably almost been shot in the working 2 or 3 times. So yeah, that's what's crazy. So safety first.
Liam, thank you for sharing that moment with us. Up next, we have our most recent guest, episode 12, Mr. Clayton Cassidy. Here is his oh shit moment.
God, I've had a lot of oh shit moments. There was this one shoot, and this isn't like the worst oh shit moment on the planet. but it was up there. It's one of my worst. For some reason I haven't had a ton of like really bad ones where it's been like an absolute screw up. But this one was pretty. We were doing a shoot for it was a 20th anniversary of 9/11. It's one of my favorite films I've made. It's actually a narrative, like story-based film about a boy whose dad died, and now he's a firefighter, and his dad died in the Iraq War. We did this whole little thing about it, and we had this whole like it was a tight timeline, and it was like a $60,000 film, and I was in Arizona filming I think for 3 or 4 days, and we had this one house we were going to use as like the house for the main character and his daughter, and we drive an hour and a half across it, Phoenix, all the way over there. It might have been 2 hours, and we get there, and I pull out the Red, and I set it up. We get all the lighting set up, and then I go to hit record, and it says that the card is missing. And if you ever work with a red, they're those big red cards, and it was almost like a movie scene. All of a sudden, you know how like snaps and like all of a sudden you see the exact location that it is. Like it's like like Quentin like I could just see it plugged into the card reader on the desk at the Airbnb, and I was like, oh. And like we had driven 2 hours there, set up everything, like right, and I hit record and media is missing, and I was like, no. So we ended up just shifting and doing it the next day. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it was literally like my brain, it was like that. Like literally a movie moment where I could just see it plugged in right where it was. Right when I got back to the hotel or the Airbnb, it was exactly how I pictured it. Right. Yeah, I was so mad. But yeah, I haven't had too many really bad ones.
Well, all right. That's it for this week's special edition episode of Guns and Cameras, coming at you from Las Vegas, Nevada. I really hope you enjoyed going back over all of the oh shit moments from our previous guests, and you have a lot more of those to look forward to in the future. We got some amazing people lined up, including Haley Press, episode 13. I can't wait to share his episode with you, and it's going to be properly edited. So Haley, thank you for being patient. I just want to make sure that your episode is as awesome as I can make it just to support you. So guys, thank you for watching Guns and Cameras. I appreciate you all. You guys have a good night.